Yeah, Pete, this is obviously uncharted waters for you guys with no rest this week. How have you seen the whole team kind of respond to what's going on?
Like what happens when guys get banged up, there's a mentality on clubs that you just turn to the next guy that has the opportunity. We don't spend any time on it at all. So there hasn't been any conversation about it all. Just turned right to the opportunity that's at hand, and seemingly everybody focused really well. There was no distractions to it at all. It was just business. Dave, are you doing this?
Yeah. Greg, is that from your home bedroom, like where you grew up, or?
It's in my home living room where I grew up in Ohio. Yeah, thanks for asking. Pete, what do you realistically expect out of Geno Smith? Is it really seamless because you know him so well, or what is a realistic expectation in his performance Sunday night?
What's real is that he's gonna have command of what we're doing. He's going to be poised about it. He's capable of doing everything that we're asking of him. We're not going to make anything, any requests of him that he can't deal with or hasn't dealt with in the past. So, I'm hoping that he'll feel really comfortable in the game because he looks great in practice and everything's gone well. And I hope he feels comfortable in the game and just functions like he always does. And so if he does that, then he gives us a really good chance.
Corbin?
Hey, Pete, earlier this week you sounded pretty optimistic about Chris Carson's chance of getting back in the practice field, but obviously that didn't happen. Do you still view this as something that's just kind of a day-to-day, week-to-week thing, or is there growing concern about this maybe being something that's going to linger for a good portion of the season?
Well, he made a really good jump over the weekend and felt way better, but coming out of it and starting to go back to work with it, there's not enough progress made. And so it's better for us to get him back and make sure that we don't rush it back. And so we're going to just take this time, and it is a delicate thing. He's got something going on in his neck, so we got to make sure that we do it really well. And so we're going to take care of him. And this just seems like the right decision. The jump that he made was in his relief, and he felt way better and all of that, but not ready to play yet.
Curtis?
Yeah, Pete, when Rashad's scheduled to come back here, is he going to be rip-raring to go as far as you can find those couple weeks out? But everything on track for him at this point?
Yeah, of course. Really, I was with him yesterday as he was finishing his workout and stressing exactly that's the goal, that this week he needs to be ready to play football, and then next week it's icing on the cake for us. He's going to be ready to go, barring any setbacks, and he's really hungry to play and help us.
Michael Sean?
Is Bob frozen there? I can't tell.
Hey, can you guys Pete, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Everybody? Yeah. I know you get guys, young guys in the draft, and then you have all summer with them in training camp, preseason, and everything. But how much more learning do you have to do about how your guys need to be coached and handled once the regular season starts and it's like you're in game mode every week?
Yeah, you never can cover everything that comes up in where they or they wouldn't be young guys and rookies and make those kinds of mistakes and stuff. It just takes time, and so often the young guys have to come back the next year and use that first year's experience as kind of just the learning time, and they see things so much differently. So there's a tremendous amount of growth that takes place, and you almost have to get away from it to come back to really gain the benefits of that. But so that's why we try to judiciously play the guys and not overdo it and expose them to too much as they grow, and they'll always learn this stuff, but it might not be at the time frame that it's necessary for the demands of the play that are coming at them. So we'll just try to protect them when we can, and then you got to cut them loose, and you just got to play that game with them and kind of give and take.
How much, with that in mind, how much more have you learned about your 2020 draft class? Jordan, Freddie, Alton, after a year and some change with these guys?
Yeah, those guys are all players. They're all contributors. They're all factors on our team, and they're positive factors and guys that we already feel comfortable with, like they are veteran guys on the team. They don't feel like brand new guys. Now, in the case of Darryl, when he didn't get to play, he was around, but he didn't get to play, and he is a rookie right now, and he's playing through that and learning. He's got some benefits, but still, he's trying to catch up as fast as we can. We're going to continue to play him more and all that, and that's just the case. Sometimes the guy's so talented, you got to push him out there and then work your way through the issues. So, but I think it's a good group, and they've helped us. Jordan has been a fantastic pick for sure.
Thanks.
Masvita.
Hey, Pete, I'm just wondering the importance or the challenge of playing a veteran quarterback like Roethlisberger, and how much patience the defense has to have in terms of being disciplined and patience.
Yeah. The big issue with playing Ben is his ability to create after the normal play, not in the classical move around scramble thing, but in his subtle movements, his ability to kind of shed off the rush and let it kind of be hanging around him, and he's okay with that. And the plays that come after that, that's the difficult deal about playing Ben. And I mean, he's got the throws and all of that, but it's his ability to make the second chance play come to life differently than Lamar Jackson does. It's a totally different type of potential to the play. And Ben still can drop the ball in a freaking dime up the sidelines, down the middle, whenever he has to. And guys literally can be pulling on him while he's doing it. So that's an unusual part. He's hard to sack as well. He's hard to get down because he's so strong. So he presents some different issues that are really unique to him.
Bob Condotta, Seattle Times.
I think Bob's frozen there. Either that or he's really, really feeling comfortable right now.
He looks frozen.
Nice talking to you, Bob. We better go to the next guy. We can't
Curtis,
hear you.
while Bob gets his act together, why don't you ask a question?
You never look better, Bob.
Yeah, Pete, are you going to put Russell on IR here since he's going to miss a handful of weeks? Is that something you're going to do here?
That's what's coming up, yeah.
And one more quick one. Is Tre Brown ready to go for you, and what did you see from him in practice?
Good week. He had a really good, solid week. Last week, again, I've said to you guys that wasn't a really proving week, but he made it through, and he came back, had a nice week this week, and so he's ready to play and can play in the game.
Bob, are you ready yet?
There you go. You're back.
Yeah, is it good now?
Yeah.
Is it good now? Hey, Russell, obviously, you're keeping him on the active roster. Is that sort of the plan? And then what, I guess, in practice, sort of what does he add by being able to be in practice with you guys?
Yeah, well, we're going to make those calls here after 1 o'clock today, how that works out. But we're planning that he's going on IR. I don't mind telling you.
Okay.
It was worth the wait, Bob.
Yeah.
Tim?
Pete, is there enough concern with Chris that he might need to go on IR and have an extended period of time out to get fully healthy?
Yeah, we're looking at that.
John Boyle?
Yeah, to follow up on Curtis's question about Tre Brown, we've talked a lot about him in that competition at corner, but what can he add on special teams? I know that was something he did a lot of in college.
Yeah, he is a good teams guy, and so he'll pick up some duties here this week. He's already has, he's part of it. He plays real hard, and he's a physical guy, and he runs fast enough to be a big factor. So he has been good, and we expect him to really grow and become part of this thing.
Anything else? I think that's it. Thank you. Brady, watch that camera.